I won't talk about it for very long because I'm I think I finally have like a pretty good like feel for it. But the most recent Resident Evil came out a couple weeks ago, and I've been playing quite a bit of it. Not because I like it, but because everybody else really, 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 really likes it, and it has like the highest Metacritic rating of any of the games in the series, and it's the most average Resident Evil game I think I've ever played. It is very average. Like there's some stuff I like about it and some stuff I don't, but it is dude, the story is I wish I should have written down. Maybe if I remember I'll do it for the next podcast episode. But
That's funny.
The story makes zero sense. It tries to do the nostalgia thing too hard, right? It takes you back to where it all began, which doesn't make sense because it got nuked off the face of the planet. Like it's supposed to just be like a giant crater, and they're like, well, actually, so they're doing a lot of rewriting, and one of the main the game feels like two things like mashed together. So it's like they took the two types of Resident Evil games that you typically get. So you have like your survival horror, which is like item management, and you're not very strong, and if you're really good at like item management, you can survive really well, and probably want to play on a higher difficulty because enemies will do more damage, that whole deal. So that's like the one thing, and there's like in this one there's like quote unquote puzzles. They're not really puzzles. And then the other side of it is like guns and blowing up zombies and insane like motorcycle chases, and they try to blend these two things together, and it's the most jarring experience.
That's funny.
I wish I could tell you something that I would like relate it to, but it's almost something that you have to experience, and it truly is the most insane story. Like none of it makes sense. Like one of the main characters, she's an FBI agent. She's like an analyst, right? She's dumb as a bag of bricks. She doesn't like. There's all these little things that she doesn't like realize, like how to solve problems. And then I was like, well, maybe that's actually pretty accurate for the FBI. But she, she goes out into the field. Is how the game starts. Doesn't take backup. Like they know where she's kind of going. Immediately gets kidnapped. The villains like want to keep her alive, but they don't do a good job of it because they're like, we need her alive for a specific reason. The game's kind of early. I won't spoil what it is because there's some people that actually care about the story and these things. I don't know why, but and they're like, well, we need her alive, but then they put her in all of the most dangerous situations with like all of these horrific creatures, and there's like the undead and like all this stuff, and you're like, what are y'all doing? Like it makes no sense. It is the most like, it very much is like a Frankenstein's monster of a video game. Weirdly enough, it still has a little bit of that like old that mentality of Resident Evil, but it plays really slow. Like a lot of people have. I was watching some other people's streams trying to figure out how people were feeling about it, and one of the things that kept coming up is people would hit the sprint button with her. Her name's Grace, and they'd be like, am I sprinting? She moves like a slug. Like she's like running. It's like she's running through molasses. Oh Lord, it's something for sure. But I decided, I was like, all right. I was like, this happens every once in a while in a game. Weirdly enough, it happens more often with games that people dislike than it does, or if like I'm in disagreement with something. But like if the majority of people are like, this is amazing, and I'm like, I don't see it. I'm like, fine. I guess I need to like actually have like a pretty good understanding of this, so that if I ever need to have a conversation with someone about it, I'm at least like, and they're like, well, what do you know? It's like, well, I've got the platinum in the game, so like I've played it enough. Like I know I've got one more trophy I have to get and play by playing it on the hardest difficulty, and then I'll be done and deleting it off of my PlayStation. So that was something.
It's funny.
Weirdly enough, not the worst piece of entertainment that I've had to consume in the last couple of weeks, but we'll get to that later.